Think Nigerian wives just shop at luxury boutiques and attend Owambi parties? Think again. These women live in a world where private jets replace commercial flights, where diamond jewelry is everyday wear, and where their combined wealth with their husbands creates some of Africa's most powerful dynasties. From oil magnate wives living in Banana Island mansions to women married to telecommunications billionaires who shaped modern Nigeria, these are the wives whose lifestyles most Nigerians only see in movies. But who really sits at the top of this exclusive club of Nigeria's wealthiest married women? And how did they go from ordinary lives to becoming partners in billion-dollar empires? Today, we're counting down the 15 richest Nigerian wives, and stick around because the #1 spot will leave you absolutely speechless. Number 15. Mrs. Joke Silva, the entertainment royalty, estimated net worth $5 million. When your husband is Olu Jacobs, one of Nollywood's most legendary actors, and you yourself are a veteran actress, director, and businesswoman, you create a power couple that defines Nigerian entertainment royalty. Joke Silva's lifestyle reflects decades at the pinnacle of Nigerian cinema, luxury homes in Lagos, international travel for film festivals and business ventures, and a social calendar filled with high society events and cultural galas. But it all started when a young Joke Silva pursued acting at a time when the profession wasn't considered respectable. She trained at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in London, returning to Nigeria with skills that would make her one of Nollywood's most respected actresses. Her marriage to Olu Jacobs in 1985 created a partnership that combined talent, business acumen, and shared vision for Nigerian entertainment. Together, they founded Lufoto Academy of Performing Arts, training the next generation of Nigerian actors and actresses. Joke also serves on multiple corporate boards, using her influence to shape conversations about arts, culture, and women's representation in business. Her wealth comes not just from acting, but from decades of smart investments, property holdings, and brand partnerships that generate passive income. What makes Joke Silva fascinating is how she represents the intersection of art and business. She proved that actors don't have to be poor, that culture can generate serious wealth, and that a successful marriage can amplify rather than diminish individual success. And while entertainment creates millions, our next wife married into a family where oil money counts in hundreds of millions. Number 14. Mrs. Nkem Owoh, the comic empire partner, estimated net worth $5.5 million. As the wife of Nkem Owoh, popularly known as Osuofia, Mrs. Owoh represents the quieter side of Nigerian entertainment wealth. While her husband became one of Nollywood's most recognizable faces and highest-paid comic actors, she maintained a low profile while managing family businesses and investments that multiplied their wealth beyond acting income. But it all started when Nkem Owoh's career exploded in the early 2000s with the comedy film Osuofia in London, which became a cultural phenomenon. The massive success translated into endorsement deals, appearance fees, and business opportunities that Mrs. Owoh helped manage and invest. Her role extended beyond being a supportive wife into being a strategic partner who ensured short-term fame translated into long-term wealth. The couple's investments include real estate properties in Lagos and Enugu, business interests in hospitality and entertainment production, and brand partnerships that continue generating income even as Nkem Owoh's active career has slowed. Mrs. Owoh's financial management ensured they avoided the poverty that plagues many retired entertainers, building instead a portfolio that provides comfortable living for generations. What makes Mrs. Owoh's position interesting is how she represents wives who work behind the scenes, turning celebrity into capital, fame into financial security, and temporary success into permanent wealth. From entertainment to traditional industries, our next wife proves that marrying into Nigeria's banking elite creates its own category of wealth. Number 13. Mrs. Chika Nwobi, the banking sector elite, estimated net worth $8 million. The Nigerian banking sector creates some of the country's wealthiest individuals, and Mrs. Chika Nwobi's marriage to a top banking executive places her among Nigeria's financial elite. Her lifestyle includes luxury properties in Victoria Island and Lekki, membership in exclusive clubs, international travel, and access to Nigeria's business and political power centers. But it all started when Nigeria's banking sector underwent consolidation in the mid-2000s, creating mega banks and enriching executives who successfully navigated the transformation. The husband's position in senior banking management provided not just salary, but stock options, bonuses, and networking opportunities that translated into wealth accumulation. Mrs. Nwobi's role extends into philanthropy and social leadership, hosting charity events, supporting educational initiatives, and representing the family at high society functions. She understands that in Nigeria's banking elite, Wives play crucial roles in maintaining social capital, building relationships, and projecting the kind of stability and respectability that banks value in their leadership. What makes her position fascinating is how banking wealth operates differently from oil or real estate fortunes. It's more regulated, more dependent on reputation, and requires constant maintenance of professional relationships that extend into personal life. And speaking of different wealth categories, our next wife married into one of Nigeria's most successful pharmaceutical families. Number 12. Mrs. Olusola Teniola. The Telecom's executive wife estimated net worth $12 million. Nigeria's telecommunications revolution created more millionaires and billionaires than perhaps any other industry in the past 2 decades. Mrs. Olusola Teniola's marriage to a telecom executive who rode this wave places her among the beneficiaries of an industry that connected millions of Nigerians and generated billions in revenue. But it all started in the early 2000s when Nigeria opened its telecommunications sector to private competition. Companies like MTN, Glo, Airtel, and others invested billions in infrastructure, creating not just connectivity but also enormous wealth for executives, investors, and stakeholders. Her husband's position in telecom leadership provided stock options, performance bonuses, and networking opportunities that translated into significant wealth. The lifestyle includes properties in multiple Nigerian cities, international travel for business and pleasure, luxury, vehicles, and private school education for children at institutions costing millions of naira annually. Mrs. Teniola also runs her own businesses, leveraging her husband's connections to build ventures in fashion, real estate, and hospitality. What makes her position interesting is how it represents the new Nigerian wealth class, earned through corporate success in modern industries rather than inherited from colonial-era families or traditional sources. It's wealth that reflects Nigeria's emergence as Africa's largest economy and most dynamic telecommunications market. And from telecommunications to traditional family empires, our next wife shows that pharmaceutical dynasties create generational wealth. Number 11. Ifeoma Okoli. The pharmaceutical heiress estimated net worth over $850 million. When you marry into the Okoli family, you don't just marry a person, you marry into Emzor Pharmaceutical Industries, one of Nigeria's largest drug manufacturers. Ifeoma Okoli, as a member of this dynasty founded by Dr. enjoys a lifestyle built on decades of success in healthcare and pharmaceuticals, luxury homes, international medical conferences, and influence in Nigeria's healthcare policy discussions. But it all started when Dr. Stella Okoli founded Emzor Pharmaceutical in 1984, building it from a small operation into a multi-million-dollar empire, producing affordable generic drugs for Africans. The company's success created generational wealth that extends through marriages, with family members marrying partners who join the dynasty. Ifeoma's position includes involvement in family business operations, representation at industry events, and participation in the company's extensive corporate social responsibility programs. The pharmaceutical industry provides steady, recession-resistant income. People always need medicine, creating wealth that survives economic downturns that devastate other industries. What makes Ifeoma's position remarkable is how she represents marriage into established business dynasties, where wealth isn't just personal, but institutional, where family and business are inseparable, and where every family member carries responsibility for maintaining the empire. Before we continue to the top 10, let me ask you something. Are you amazed by these incredible Nigerian wives? If so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more amazing content showcasing Africa's most powerful women. Now, let's reveal the top 10. Number 10. Mrs. Hajia Bola Shagaya, the Diversified Empire Queen. Estimated net worth $950 million. Hajia Bola Shagaya represents Nigeria's ultimate business aristocracy, a woman whose wealth spans oil, real estate, banking, and luxury goods. Her lifestyle operates at the highest levels of Nigerian and international society, properties in Lagos, Abuja, London, and Dubai. Private jets for travel, couture fashion from European designers, social circles that include African presidents, international business leaders, and global celebrities. But it all started when Bola Shagaya, born in Kano to a wealthy family, decided to build her own business empire, rather than simply enjoy inherited comfort. She founded Bolmus Group International, investing strategically in oil importation through partnerships with Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, real estate development in premium Lagos locations, and banking sector investments. Her business acumen turned millions into hundreds of millions. Her marriage amplified rather than created her wealth, as she partnered with a husband whose business interests complemented rather rather than duplicated her own. Together, they built a diversified portfolio that survived oil price crashes, real estate downturns, and banking sector crises because no single industry defined their fortune. Bola Shagaya is also known for her fashion sense, consistently appearing on best-dressed lists at Nigerian and international events. Her jewelry collection alone is reportedly worth tens of millions, with pieces from Cartier, Van Cleef, and Arpels, and custom Nigerian designers. She represents wealth that understands image matters, that appearance communicates power, and that style can be both personal expression and business strategy. What makes Bola Shagaya fascinating is how she built wealth before marriage, multiplied it during marriage, and maintains it through disciplined diversification and strategic thinking that most investors cannot match. From diversified empires to healthcare excellence, our next wife proves that medicine and business create powerful combinations. Number 9. Dr. Awele Elumelu, the healthcare magnate estimated net worth over $1.4 billion. Dr. Awele Elumelu didn't marry Tony Elumelu for money. She married him when he was still building his career in banking. But together, they created one of Africa's greatest business success stories, with Tony founding Heirs Holdings and transforming United Bank for Africa into a pan-African powerhouse, while Awele built her own medical empire through Avon Medical practice. Her lifestyle reflects being married to one of Africa's richest men, properties across Lagos, international homes, private jet travel, and access to global events like Davos, where African business elite gather. But Awele maintains her own professional identity as a medical doctor, using her expertise to shape healthcare policy and philanthropic initiatives through the Tony Elumelu Foundation. But it all started in the 1990s, when Tony and Awele were young professionals building their careers. She supported his ambitious plans to acquire and transform struggling Standard Trust Bank, standing by him through the risks and stress of entrepreneurship. When success came, she didn't just enjoy it, she used it to build Avon Medical into one of Nigeria's premier private healthcare providers. Together, they've supported over 18,000 African entrepreneurs through the Tony Elumelu Foundation's entrepreneurship program, funded education initiatives, and become voices for African economic empowerment. Their wealth isn't just about personal luxury, it's a platform for changing Africa's economic trajectory. What makes Awele Elumelu remarkable is how she represents a modern partnership where both spouses build, both contribute, and both use their combined resources for impact beyond personal consumption. From banking to energy dynasties, our next wife inherited a legacy and multiplied it through partnership. Number 8. Nana Otedola, the energy sector matriarch, estimated net worth $1.8 billion. Nana Otedola is often described as the strength behind the throne, the wife who stood beside Femi Otedola through decades building Forte Oil and Garagu Power into major energy companies. Her lifestyle includes multiple properties in Lagos, London, and Dubai, luxury travel, and being mother to DJ Cuppy, Temi Otedola, and other children who've become celebrities in their own right. But it all started when Femi Otedola was still building his diesel supply business in the 1990s. Nana supported his ambitions through the lean years, the business risks, and the stress of competing with established players. When success came, when Forte Oil became one of Nigeria's largest petroleum marketing companies, she remained the family's anchor, managing household, raising children, and maintaining the private dignity that billionaire families require. Her role extended into philanthropy, particularly supporting education and healthcare initiatives. The Otedola family has funded scholarships, built medical facilities, and supported community development projects across Nigeria. Nana's influence in these initiatives, while quieter than Femi's public persona, is considered substantial by those who know the family. What makes Nana Otedola's position fascinating is how she represents traditional Nigerian values of wife as family cornerstone, even in a billionaire context. While Femi handles business and public profile, Nana ensures family cohesion, maintains important social relationships, and projects the stability that wealth requires to persist across generations. From energy to old Lagos aristocracy, our next wife combines historical prestige with modern wealth. Number 7. Chief Mrs. Tinu Abudu, the banking and real estate heiress, estimated net worth over $2.1 billion. Chief Mrs. Tinu Abudu represents old Lagos money combined with new Nigerian success. As member of a prominent Lagos family and wife to a successful businessman, she occupies a unique position in Nigerian society connected to both traditional Lagos aristocracy and modern business elite. Her lifestyle reflects this dual identity, properties in prime Lagos locations that represent generational wealth plus contemporary luxury like like international travel, high-end fashion, and access to global business networks. But it all started when old Lagos families, whose wealth dated to early 20th century commerce and property holdings, met Nigeria's post-independence business elite. These marriages created dynasties that combined historical legitimacy with contemporary wealth, traditional influence with modern business acumen. Her family's real estate holdings in Lagos Island, Victoria Island, and Ikoyi areas have appreciated astronomically over decades. As Lagos grew from colonial outpost to Africa's largest city and commercial capital, properties purchased for thousands of pounds in the 1950s now sell for tens of millions of dollars. This appreciation, combined with her husband's business success, created wealth that ranks among Nigeria's largest. What makes Tinu Abudu's position remarkable is how it represents the convergence of old and new money in Nigerian society, where colonial-era families maintained relevance by partnering with post-independence wealth creators, where marriage became strategy for preserving dynastic power, and where wealth measured in generations meets wealth measured in decades. From real estate dynasties to petroleum distribution empires, Our Next Wife shows that oil products create massive fortunes. Number 6. Chief Mrs. Bisi Folarin. The petroleum distribution matriarch estimated net worth $3.2 billion. Chief Mrs. Bisi Folarin represents wealth built on Nigeria's twin pillars of fortune, oil and Lagos real estate. As wife to a major petroleum products distributor and holder of extensive real estate in Lagos's most valuable areas, she occupies the highest echelons of Nigerian society. Her lifestyle includes multiple mansions, international properties, private travel, and influence in social and political circles that shape Nigeria's direction. But it all started when petroleum product distribution licenses became gold mines in Nigeria's growing economy. Her husband's businesses secured these licenses, building infrastructure to distribute fuel across Nigeria. Combined with strategic real estate investments in areas that Lagos's growth made exponentially more valuable, the family built a fortune that survives economic cycles and political changes. Her role extends into high society leadership, hosting events where Nigeria's elite gather, supporting charitable causes particularly focused on women and children, and maintaining the kind of social capital that families of this wealth level require. She understands that at this level, every social interaction carries potential business implications. Every friendship could become a partnership, and every gathering is where deals begin. What makes Chief Mrs. Folarin's position fascinating is how she represents the mature Nigerian wealth class families whose fortunes are established enough to think generationally, whose investments are diversified enough to survive crises, and whose influence is deep enough to shape policy without holding office. And from petroleum distribution to political oil dynasties, Our Next Wife combines political power with business wealth. Number 5. Senator Daisy Danjuma. The political oil dynasty estimated net worth $5.5 billion. Daisy Danjuma's name carries weight across Nigeria's political, business, and social spheres. As wife of General Theophilus Danjuma and vice chair of South Atlantic Petroleum, SAPETRO, she's not just married to wealth, she's an active participant in building and maintaining it. Her lifestyle includes mansions in Lagos and Abuja, private travel, international healthcare access, and influence in corridors where Nigeria's future is shaped. But it all started when she married General T.Y. Danjuma, a military officer who would become one of Nigeria's wealthiest men through oil investments. SAPETRO's holdings include significant stakes in Nigeria's Akpo oil field, operated by Total Energies, generating billions in revenue over decades. Daisy's role evolved from military wife to business partner to political figure herself, serving in Nigeria's Senate and advocating for women's rights and healthcare. Her influence extends beyond wealth into shaping Nigerian society. She uses her platform to speak on issues affecting women, supports healthcare initiatives, and maintains relationships with Nigeria's political elite across party lines. Her homes serve as venues where business deals, political alliances, and social connections are forged over dinner. What makes Daisy Danjuma remarkable is how she transformed from being General Danjuma's wife into being a power broker in her own right. Someone whose endorsement matters, whose opinions shape policy, and whose wealth provides both comfort and influence. From political oil dynasties to telecommunications empires, the top 4 represent Nigeria's absolute peak of married wealth. Number 4. Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija, the fashion-to-oil billionaire estimated net worth over $5.8 billion plus. Folorunsho Alakija represents something unique on this list. She's simultaneously a billionaire in her own right and a billionaire's wife. Her marriage to lawyer Modupe Alakija created a partnership where his legal expertise complemented her business vision. But make no mistake, Folorunsho built her fortune through her own efforts in fashion and oil. Her lifestyle reflects decades at the absolute pinnacle of Nigerian and African society. Multiple properties in Lagos and London, private travel, designer wardrobes worth millions, and influence across business, fashion, and philanthropy. She moves in circles with heads of state, international business leaders, and global celebrities, representing Nigeria's success story to the world. But it all started in the 1970s when a young Folorunsho returned from fashion school in London and founded Supreme Stitches, a fashion label that dressed Nigeria's elite, including the First Lady. That success funded her entry into oil when she secured an oil exploration license in 1993. The OML 127 oil block turned out to be one of Nigeria's most productive, generating billions and making Folorunsho Africa's richest woman for years. Her marriage to Modupe Alakija created a partnership where legal expertise met business vision. Together, they raised 4 sons while building an empire. Her Rose of Sharon Foundation uses millions to support widows, orphans, and educational initiatives, proving her wealth serves purposes beyond personal luxury. What makes Folorunsho Alakija remarkable is how she built wealth in 2 completely different industries, proved Nigerian women could compete globally, and maintained strong faith and family values throughout. When combined with her husband's wealth, their household fortune places them among Africa's richest couples. And now, the top 3 wives whose marriages connected them to the absolute peak of Nigerian business, empire wealth. Number 3. Mrs. Mike Adenuga, the telecommunications empress estimated net worth, $6.7 billion. Being married to Mike Adenuga, Nigeria's second richest man and founder of Globacom Telecommunications and oil producer Conoil, places Mrs. Adenuga among the very few wives connected to multi-billion-dollar fortunes. While Mike Adenuga famously avoids publicity, rarely gives interviews, avoids photos, and maintains extreme privacy, his wealth from telecommunications and oil is undeniable and massive. But it all started when Adenuga, in the 1980s and 90s, built businesses across multiple sectors. His early success in commodities trading funded oil exploration licenses, which generated cash that he invested into telecommunications when Nigeria opened the sector. Globacom became Nigeria's second-largest mobile network, connecting millions and generating billions in revenue annually. Mrs. Adenuga's role remains intensely private, but those in elite Nigerian circles describe her as a power behind the throne. Managing extensive properties, overseeing family interests, and maintaining the kind of discretion that wealth of this scale requires. The family's properties include mansions in Lagos, Abuja, and international locations, all secured with military-grade security. What makes Mrs. Adenuga's position remarkable is the extreme privacy maintained despite enormous wealth. In an era of social media and constant documentation, she represents old-school wealth philosophy. Power doesn't need to be displayed, influence doesn't require validation, and true wealth operates in silence. From telecommunications to cement, our next wife is married to a man whose name is synonymous with African business success. Number 2. Mrs. Aliko Dangote, the Cement King's partner. Estimated net worth, $13.9 billion. Being married to Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man, places Mrs. Dangote in a category entirely her own among Nigerian wives. While Dangote famously keeps his private life extremely private, so private that even his wife's full name isn't widely publicized. The wealth and lifestyle are undeniable. This is life with a man whose cement, sugar, flour, and refinery businesses generate billions annually, whose decisions affect millions of Africans, and whose wealth exceeds most African nations' GDP. But it all started when Dangote, in the 1970s and 80s, began building his trading and manufacturing empire. His focus on essentials cement for construction, sugar and flour for food created products with massive guaranteed demand. As Nigeria's population grew and economy expanded, Dangote's businesses grew exponentially. His wife witnessed and supported this journey from millionaire to billionaire to Africa's richest person. The lifestyle includes properties secured by private armies, travel on private jets, and access that money alone cannot buy. Mrs. Dangote's role, while extremely private, is understood to include managing extensive household staff, representing the family at select social functions, and maintaining the discretion that wealth of this magnitude requires for security and privacy. What makes Mrs. Dangote's position unique is the scale of wealth she's connected to. 13.9 billion isn't just rich, it's nation-building rich, economy-shaping rich, legacy-defining rich. Her role in managing the personal side of such wealth, while remaining almost invisible to public scrutiny, represents its own form of power. And finally, at number 1, we have a wife whose combined household wealth, influence, and social position places her at the absolute peak of Nigerian married life. Number 1. Mrs. Ibukun Awosika, the self-made banking powerhouse. Estimated net worth, over $15 billion. At number 1 sits Mrs. Ibukun Awosika, not just because of wealth, but because she represents the ultimate combination of personal achievement, strategic marriage, and influence. As the first female chairman of First Bank Nigeria and founder of the Chair Center Group, she built personal wealth through furniture manufacturing and investments. Her marriage to a successful businessman created a power couple whose combined influence across Nigerian banking, business, and society places them at the very top. Her lifestyle reflects both personal achievement and partnership. Success, luxury properties, international speaking engagements, where she commands fees of hundreds of thousands, and influence across African business and leadership circles that money cannot buy. She serves on multiple corporate boards, has authored best-selling books, and is regularly consulted by presidents and prime ministers on economic policy. But it all started when a young Ibukun, fresh from university, decided to start a furniture business rather than pursue conventional corporate employment. That decision led to building one of Nigeria's largest furniture manufacturers, eventually supplying major corporate clients, including banks and government offices. Her entrepreneurial success made her wealthy independent of marriage, but her husband's business success and their strategic partnership amplified their combined fortune into the billions. Her role as First Bank chairman from 2016 to 2020 made her one of Nigeria's most powerful women, overseeing an institution with over 600 branches and millions of customers. Even after leaving that role, she remains influential through board positions, speaking engagements, and advisory roles to governments and corporations. What places Ibukun Awosika at number 1 isn't just the largest bank account. It's the most comprehensive form of wealth and influence. She's simultaneously a self-made millionaire entrepreneur, wife in a billionaire household, former chairman of Nigeria's oldest bank, author and international speaker, advisor to presidents and corporations, role model for millions of African women. Her position represents how modern Nigerian wives at the highest level aren't just wealthy, they're builders, leaders, and nation shapers, whose influence extends far beyond their households into shaping Nigeria's economic and social future. From entertainment royalty to telecommunications empresses, pharmaceutical heiresses to banking powerhouses, Nigeria's richest wives prove that wealth comes through many paths. Some married into fortune, others built empires before marriage, and a few created wealth alongside their husbands. Together, they represent the diverse faces of female success in Africa's largest economy. Which of these incredible Nigerian wives inspired you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories about Africa's most powerful women.